What's going on, everybody? It's me, your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. Listen, I know it's been a minute. I've been getting emails and comments saying we need more. I thought y'all wasn't feeling this shit, so I lay around there and been Cadillacing it. I'm trying to watch my pocketbook and make my money on my 9 to 5. But now that I know that you guys are asking me for more, I'm going to bring you more. For those of you, if this is your first time on the channel, please go ahead now and hit the subscribe button so that when I upload these videos or go live, you can be one of the first ones to comment and let me know what you thought about the video, the topics, in my opinion. And make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That helps the algorithm a lot. And make sure you guys share these videos. I mean, I'm tired of asking y'all ass to join the family and share these goddamn videos. I mean, like, goddamn, I'm doing everything but paying y'all asses to come over here and talk shit with me. But I guess y'all figure I'm not doing enough, so I have to do more. Y'all are so demanding. Y'all like my 9 to 5, but I guess I can acquiesce and come down here to make sure I deliver a word to the people. Now, listen, with all the pleasantries and shit out of the way, y'all see, I got California raisin, or I don't know, orange in the sun, and Al Green up here. And it's going to make sense in just a few moments. Now, this video may be a little extensive. I don't intend for it to be that way because I still have not eaten dinner, and it's out there somewhere, and I came straight in from my 9 to 5 and jumped right on this because I've been reading the emails in the comment sections. Chantel. Shout out to Chantel. Shermanique. There's so many others. I have to go back. I was supposed to write down the emails, but y'all ran short of time and some of the comments. But rest assured, what I will be doing is going back to making sure that I give shout outs and show you guys love and let everybody know how you guys support me. But so anyway, with all of that out of the way, I was having a conversation a couple of days ago, and it was just basically just a random conversation about the things that are going on, in the US of A, how things are changing since, it took over. And I'm gonna try to keep this as clean as possible because I'm trying not to get canceled, but and some of the moves he's been making. I thought that it had been, excuse me, y'all, about 3-4 months by now that he's been in office with all the shit that he's signed into order, all the decisions he's making. I'm trying not to let the dude speak for me, but I'm gonna do my best, Holy Ghost. I'm gonna give myself, a couple of Hail Marys and shit, because at some point I'm gonna find myself going in. I thought it had been about 3 months or so since this mofo took office, and it was brought to my attention very shortly during this conversation that it really hadn't even been 30 days. And I was like, well, damn, he done signed executive orders. There ain't nothing but two sexes in the United States of America, man and woman. He done signed in the order a whole lot of shit, because y'all saw the day he was signing. I checked out on it, but he was signing so much shit, it feels like he already knew he was going to be elected, and he told them what I'm going to need on hand, on deck, is like 22 markers, right? Because just in case one of these bitches run dry or skip, I don't want it to even be an error in my scribbling, my signature, my John hand of the cop. I want to make sure that all these motherfuckers is fresh. And he must have signed about 22 pieces of paper, and for each one looked like to me. Now y'all can let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'm right or wrong. It seemed like to me he had a new marker for every goddamn thing he might have signed. He signed so much shit if I was in there, and I had finally, fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of terrain just to get up that hill. If I had finally made it over and finally got to that spot of working in my career to where my goal was to be in the White House, anywhere around the president, to where I'm in a position of, handing him documents, you rest assured, with the credit and shit being, right, and the money looking kind of out of sight, the pocketbook or the bank account, I'd have fooled around there and slipped in one of them co-signers slips in there signing. Shit, you sign, you just scribbling shit anyway. It don't make no difference. Co-sign for me, a new, because I don't know what they get paid over in the White House, but 9 to out of 10 under the leadership of Trump, the way Elon Musk is trying to run the pocketbook of America, shit, they're probably making enough to buy a Camry fully loaded with leather and shit, XLE. Y'all know them kind of, because y'all ain't got no expensive cars anyway. Just be honest about this shit. You ain't got no expensive car. The best you done had probably was a Camry, XLE, the leather, the electric seat, and the car windows and shit, and maybe the sunroof and whatnot. I don't know what they make, but at the same time, shit, I slipped in some paperwork to co-sign for me a car, or any kind of little loan or something. He was just signing shit. He wasn't reading it. They told him what it was. He just signed the paperwork. You know how most people do when they take advantage of senior citizens, that's really not in their right mind, that probably got good credit or some shit like that, because most people, when they find a senior citizen, they in their right mind, their family. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. You ain't met a person that don't know somebody. They get them old folk to sign some shit and co-sign for them, because at his age, they know at the end of the day, credit really don't matter. Shit. If you don't pay for it and it end up on somebody's credit, partly yours, it don't make a difference, because he got one foot on a banana peel and the other one somewhere else. Y'all follow that, you'll get that tomorrow. Fuck it. For y'all dummies, you'll get that tomorrow. But he just been signing shit and into order, executive orders. He done signed some shit. One of them that made sense was that, transgenders can't, compete in the Olympics with regular women. Now, I've always said that from the beginning. And I'm going to get this shit out the way right now. As far as that goes, I've always said that we need I got to see, you see what I'm saying? Y'all see a pattern? I'm doing this shit. I've been watching him too much. I'm doing shit like this. The only thing I've been doing was that. I don't like it. I got to stop speaking with my hands and shit. I don't speak sign language. Let me stop that. Anyway, the fact of the matter that he signed that order into that executive order today, I've always said in my past videos when that topic came about, I always said there's certain things that we need to just carve out lanes for. If you're going to fight for something, fight for the right to have a transgender Olympic. That way the playing field is pretty much even. You know what I mean? As far as trans males, I don't really see them getting too much more testosterone over that estrogen. So they can either compete in the transgender Olympics or stay down there with the women's. As far as the trans females, I honestly, and this is no shade, I think that there should be, again, a lane for transgender people so that the playing field is level. Let's just be honest. Now, some shit we can talk about, we can get past and make it make sense and get it over. But this one here in particular, come on now. Listen, come on now. And if you can't vibe with it, then fuck off. I ain't got time for all that. Fuck it. That's on to the next thing. But so much has been happening ever since, the man took office. All these planes and shit. If any of y'all plan on flying, if you do it, this is my thing. For me, I'm a spiritual person. And like I tell y'all all the time, when I have these dreams that I have, and I I get this different messages, and y'all can say I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. But for those of you who know, you understand what I'm saying. I was planning things this year, like trips or whatever, right? But when the year turned around at the beginning, I was basically being told, like, you know, you need to fly when all clear. That was the message to me. And so with that, I was like, what the hell does that mean? But then when I was watching others, it's so much shit going on with the plane. Black Hawks running into planes that they acknowledge that they see, which is weird to me. And I'm gonna say there should be a whole lot of investigating, and we should know more as the public, because all things are bullshit as it pertains to that. I watched that over and over again, and I'm telling y'all right now, I'm good and inebriated, honey, and y'all gonna get the full version, and I ain't gonna give no fucks. The planes that are in Houston over here that are catching fire before they leave the runway. The plane crash in Philadelphia, with the young child that just left from getting life-saving treatment, thinking that she has a whole life again now ahead of her, when she already had an idea that when she was struggling with whatever ailment that she was dealing with, that she wasn't going to make it. But out of nowhere, listen, boy, shot out to Obiblioshi, Shimbala, whatever it is. The girl was given a second chance with life-saving treatment coming from Mexico over here in the US of A, and she ended up dying anyways from a plane crash, and they're still, from my knowledge, trying to find out what happened. I think Japan, Korea, different places, planes, touching down and catching fire, and people having to evacuate and different things. It's right now is a time of solitude. So listen, if you're asking about something, if you want the ones to about, it don't make no difference, because my time is my time. The Lord got my time already etched in this stone. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You take your goofy, grape-looking ass and you go right on ahead and get on that plane. I'm not saying that every plane, airplane is meant to have malfunctions, but I'm saying all of a sudden, all of these out of nowhere events with planes with passengers on it, some to the degree of minor injuries or no injuries, thankfully, or some to the point of their demise. You cannot tell me that it doesn't raise red flags for you. But just because it's your first time, you got your income tax, you know what I'm saying, and you finally bucked up and learn what a passport was, that your ignorant ass ain't supposed to just sit up there and just get on that plane and tell about what it is for me is for me. I have that logic when it comes to cash, money, blessings. Listen, now blessings, they extend all the way to the afterlife. Don't get me wrong. They say death is but a sweet relief. But at the same time, bitch, I'm not trying to have that blessing. I have other blessings in mind that I'm looking forward to. And, go and live in the bosom of the Almighty is not really on my list, at the forefront of my list. Let me say that. So with that being said, for all you ignorant people that are sitting there saying, you sold enough food stamps. Come on, cousins. Y'all out there that sold enough food stamps for the month. You got your income tax early because you done some illegal shit like file your income tax off your last paycheck last year, which is illegal now. You can't do that shit, so hopefully your ass ride off that one. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation may be, that you are figuring that now, because this is your first time being able to do this, that it is it is a blessing from God. It is a blessing from the Almighty. Buddha has shined upon you. Allah is raining down blessings on you. Jesus has bestowed this upon. He's been telling you for years and years and years that this is what you're supposed to have, and it's going to come to fruition. You just do these few things. And now you've gotten that. Is your connection not strong enough to understand that he's also telling you There is a time to be warranted. There's a time to be on high alert for certain things, regardless of what it looks like, because it's temptation, as y'all say in the Bible, in the church. Now, if you ain't got that message, and that's just what you proclaim, then maybe maybe it's just your time to go lay up in his bosom, and succulate on his breast, I don't know. Just maybe, and maybe I'm just not the vessel that is, blessed and divinely guided in your sight. Maybe I'm just a blind ship in the night because it ain't meant for you. But for those of you who are wondering, I'm just saying, maybe you should take a second look. Maybe you missed that flight yesterday from a certain place because you were just meant to miss that flight. Do your research. Look at your shit. Because sometimes, again, like I was telling somebody yesterday, rejection is protection. A young lady was just telling me yesterday that she was so exhausted and she was getting ready to leave out of town for work, and that she overslept and she missed her flight. She lost her ID and all kind of stuff, everything you needed for TSA, right? And she was one of the ones she kept saying, I gotta go make this money, I gotta make this money. And I was listening to her story and I was telling her, maybe your ID was lost because I specifically remember where I put it. I put it in the back of my wallet on my phone because I was going through the store and I couldn't lose it. But when you're that anal sometimes, maybe it just ends up being you're so anal that you're overprotective of something that is a vital part of that moving around or of that day. And you thought so hard about it, you may have just misplaced it. But sometimes you have to think about divine guidance. And sometimes you have to understand that because you went through all that to make sure that it was secure. And you were sure that it was where it was. The girl turned out and told me that the maintenance man ended up finding a driver's license and sticking it in her door. And she found it hours later after she missed her flight, went to the grocery store and all this stuff. She found it in her door. And it's things like that. And I told her, I said, wouldn't you say, if you did your research, wouldn't you say maybe the flight that you may have been on may have had some issues going on that you probably shouldn't be part of? Maybe had you arrived too early, that you may have been mugged, possibly, harmed. Sometimes you have to look at your delays and your rejections sometimes as blessings in a sense, and that's that on that part. Trump, he done put Elon Musk goofy ass over that part. He done gave Elon Musk basically access to the United States pocketbook, ergo, affecting our elderly's Social Security, or some of our young bitches out there that ain't got no business goes getting Social Security. But some of our handicap, stuff like that. Any governmental check, tax refunds and stuff like that. For all y'all sitting around now sucking on crab legs right about now, bitch, watching this video, only working 13 hours a week and still getting that energy check to pay your light bill, bitch, and you and them kids over there sucking on scrimp, as y'all call it, because your ignorant asses can't call it shrimp. Most of you just go ahead and call it scrimp. You over there sucking their heads off them and putting them bitches trying to figure out how to boil them and shit and planning birthday parties and shit for the year. But you don't understand, a lot of that shit has to do with all of that shit. So while you sit your ignorant ass over there sucking them crab legs, thinking you living a good life like they did over there on Baps when they got down to that mansion, when when that man opened that door, you have to understand that if you did not go out and actually vote and do your homework and understand what affects what and what decisions this man may have made that would affect your life and your crab balls, your baby's birthday parties, the family your good night with your girlfriend. Well, when y'all ain't had no cash and shit, y'all done spent it all up on liquor and carrying on that bill, and y'all weed and shit, y'all still have food stamps to still go down and get you, her old man, your old man, and her and you some crab legs to sit out there in that backyard during the summertime and suck on them bitches and, crawfish and all that stuff, all that good ghetto shit, and eating them steak and all that barbecues and shit y'all have 7 to 18 times a month. That shit, all that affects that. I know y'all was so used to getting it that y'all didn't understand that it was a blessing in disguise. But now you're going to come to find out, bitch, that wasn't a given. That was a blessing in disguise. That's not something they wanted you to have in the first place. Your Section 8. Bitch, they ain't want you to have none of that. They gonna have you and them kids. If they have their way, you gonna be down there taking that little cash snap money you got on that card, going down to the Home Depot like the rest of us poor bitches, if he has his way, gonna be, and picking you out, not a condo, not an apartment, bitch, not on your Section 8 certificate. Your certificate gonna say you can go down to the Home Depot and collect you about 8 boxes and make you a 2-bedroom for you and that one baby. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at these things and how they affect you. How they're going to affect your everyday lives, not just for today and tomorrow, but in the long run. And you all are sitting on your asses over there watching, like my cousin and somebody over there watching paternity court and shit, or watching, trying to find out who the baby daddy is. All that shit is staged. If you go over there and take the time out to go watch the Jerry Springer documentary they did made for y'all ass over there, go watch that and you'll understand why, honestly, how reality TV actually even begun and how they've scaled it back, but they're still giving you just enough to keep y'all asses captivated in front of the TV, sucking on them goddamn crab knuckles and shit, and not paying attention to what's going on in the real world, what's going on in the sectors that actually affect your everyday life, and what and who and what will come along. You never thought in your everyday life that you've been on food stamps for 25 years because you keep having babies in your Section 8. I'm not just picking on people like that, but people that actually have at least some type of break. Even the middle class, because shit, they trying to eliminate us. They trying to bring us down to our knees again. You notice I said he's trying to have all our ass down there at Home Depot and Lowe's buying boxes, turn them into bedrooms. I'm not talking, living in your car unless you already own that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or as some of us are thinking, RV life or, tiny home living. Him and Elon Musk, in my opinion, is trying to make it as to where most of us, if you're not the upper echelon, bitch, you about to be the poor and the broke and trashy. That's from the middle class on down, and some of those that think they're rich at this present moment. So again, that's why the T.S. Madisons of the world, the Funky Dinevas of the world, the Amanda Seals of the world, and so many other politicians such as Al Green has been trying to forewarn people about Project 2025 and the importance of going out to vote, because you don't understand until it affects you how it affects you when you don't make the correct decision or make a decision at all. But luckily, on your behalf, y'all can thank Al Green yet again, and y'all need to get behind him on this shit. Get off your sofas, take your bonnets off, bitch, unroll your hair, go and put your wig on, go and put your 32-piece on right quick, and go down somewhere and get yourself involved in a rally or a march somewhere in your local state. Because listen, they already popping off. Because the man say he has plans above plenty to go down there and take over Gaza, the strip of Gaza, right? Which is basically, some would think would put us in a better place as far as safety. But, the people that's saying out here on the news and carrying on with the politics and the analytics is saying that basically this puts us at more of a threat to a war or some other kind of I can't say some other kind of threat, because he's making decisions like trying to buy Greenland, trying to buy Canada. This is not a business deal. We ain't talking about buying Johnson Johnson. We ain't talking about should we buy stock in in Target and shit or Walmart Whole Foods or Amazon. We're not talking his average everyday rich man dummy talk. We're talking about people's lives and how that matters and how that's going to matter in the next 4 years and probably after he implement all kinds of other bullshit if we let him get away with it. Notice I got to tell you, if we let him get away with it, it's going to go further than that because now it's more cleanup after the fact. Because now people have really awakened now. The problem I have with society and people, we are reactors instead of being pro-reactors. You already see the problem on the rise, but yet you're like, it's like watching a tsunami come. You thinking it's a big ass wave instead of having a good enough sense to say, I watched enough documentaries to see what tsunamis are. All the water went away right here on the beach, and it's been gone for about 10, 15 minutes now. And all of a sudden, there's a wave that's taller than me or a 10-story building. I'm thinking to myself, that's just a regular wave. Let me get my surfboard out and go on out there and ride the wave. Bitch, what you don't understand is that's a tsunami coming in to wipe out you and everything within miles of it. And that's how I feel like people look at things such as this, which is politics. We sit in the back seat and we look at the shit like, it ain't that big of a deal. It ain't, it's going to blow over. While we're so busy engulfed in Cowboy Carter's tour announcement and what the boy is, shit. The alcohol is getting to me now. Not Bill Cosby. P. Diddy and his P. Diddy turns his age in prison, and P. Diddy is having a tearful separation from his grandkids over the phone, all that different stuff. Wendy Williams is over there trapped in an old folk home in the window. You and me will never part kind of shit doing an interview with TMZ. Those things are too important. They are also important as well. We over here captivated in shit like what did so-and-so and Coles, wore to the Grammys. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. We know Kanye and that new woman that we don't know where she come from out of nowhere that looked like a replica of Kim Kardashian. We know she crazy. We knew the fact that they didn't get admitted into the Grammys because her stupid ass walked out there with a naked dress on. I thought it was a mesh dress, a nude dress, I guess you would say. But when she turned around and I saw her, the landing strip, I'm like, oh, this is culture. This is charcuterie. And these are real tits. And from behind, because when she had the coat on, she turned around and she dropped it. I was like, oh, new dress. She turned around, oh, no coochie and titties is what I came to conclude. So we're engulfed in the wrong shit. We're engulfed in the fact that, Miley Cyrus and Beyonce got an award, a Grammy for. We don't give a fuck. We worried about the wrong shit. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care. All that shit is secondary. The fact that, so-and-so is pansexual and all this. Child, listen. There's a whole lot of other motherfuckers around you that are pansexual, bisexual, skillet sexual, pot sexual, LGBT sexual, homosexual, lesbian sexual, and a whole lot of other shit. Don't worry yourself with that. They don't want your sexual. Chances are, because if they ain't tried all this time, bitch, they don't want none. So they ain't your sexual. So take that off your plate. Worry about shit like this. But luckily, again, like I was getting to the point of, people like Al Green that are actually taking the reins to actually impose and delegate and start a petition and put it, into play to impeach this. Oh Lord, this tangerine shit. Fuck it, this tangerine. Now, the crazy part about it is, again, Al Green came with this, and I'm pretty sure he already had it in his mind because he already probably has a developed dislike for Trump, as do, and a distaste or a nasty disdain from the last shit. Y'all was worried about COVID and shit, people getting sick and dropping like flies. Y'all need to be worried about. Now this nigga got this motherfucker got a hold, him and Elon Musk, pale pasted, dusted, dingy, backwater, snake in the grass, slithering in the fucking dust belly ass. Them bastards got hold of America's pocketbook. And you know nobody, we don't like the fact that we're being taxed the way we're being taxed and charged as she would be in charge. And now the only thing that Elon Musk made sense out of eliminating was the 1 penny because it cost 3 cents to make it. Now I agree with that shit all day long. But you over there fooling with Social Security and all this other shit. Now we're concerned about our elderly. How they gonna pay their bills? You know, how they gonna pay the little copay that they got to pay for their medication and stuff like that? Put gas in the car, buy groceries, because if any of them don't make above a certain amount and don't have, a decent amount of retirement or disability or whatever you want to call it, then they relying a little bit, partially leaning on food stamps. And I say partially a little bit because they ain't giving them shit for like $16, $25. What they're supposed to buy. That in today's market can't buy a loaf of bread and a pack of goddamn lunch meat and maybe some mayonnaise to slap on the bread so the shit go down the throat easily. They don't offer anything. So we're very concerned about our elderly. Me personally, I'm scared. If y'all ass ain't scared, I'm scared. And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm jumping on the bandwagon with Al Green. Al Green was the first one to try to impeach this man the very first time. And I don't think enough people got behind him to help him out. And what is it? What more do we need? The man got in office the first time and killed him. Oh, I can't even say that. And let half the goddamn nation get wiped the fuck out. Wiped the fuck out by some shit I'm sure he was briefed on a long time ago. And what did he do? It's Wuhan. It's China. It's Wuhan. We have to implement bans. But then when you say implement bans and all this, stop everybody from coming, the first thing you did was double down when Asian folk and Chinese folk were getting their ass whooped at bus stops and public places. You went quickly and signed another article. You know he good at signing shit. The motherfucker ain't got no carpal tunnel. He might have the rickets and he might have arthritis. And he old as shit, but he ain't got no carpal tunnel because he's just signed shit. And maybe that's his rickets. He just signed the shit and just get it out the way. But he signed that real quick. But we're still yet waiting for a hate crime against blacks and browns and African Americans to be signed. You motherfuckers still able to catch you and lynch you somewhere in the backwoods or some shit. You still got sundown towns and shit. When I go from here in Texas to Louisiana, there's a certain sundown town I ain't gonna mention because if them bitches pull me over, and God forbid we cancel that out right now, I don't want you ever even thinking about my name. Speed limit is 75. I 75 all the way through that bitch and get through and out of it. We still dealing with that kind of shit. But you were quick to sign a ban, a hate crime against, Asians. I'm not saying that they're not people. They are people too, but at the same time, we've been struggling with this shit for more than 400-500 years. When you gonna sign some shit that's gonna benefit us? When you gonna take that rickety hand and get busy with signing some shit that's gonna benefit or help us? Never. You know why? Because after I watched the interview of another white man sitting down with a Hispanic man, and the Hispanic man was interviewing him, the white man finally sat there and admitted, the biggest fear is, he said the reason he voted for Trump was because the biggest fear for the average white man. And y'all know y'all, when I say white man, y'all know y'all got some of y'all that y'all ain't down with the bullshit. I'm talking to y'all that's down with the bullshit. He said, because if we don't stop it now, the black man he's getting a better and better lead on surpassing the white man. That shit broke my heart, made me feel so bad. But at the end of the day, it spoke so many truths. And I'm trying to tell y'all this shit because it speaks so many truths to me. Now, I don't really give a damn right now at this point if YouTube decide to demonetize or break it on down a little bit. But the bottom line is this is freedom of speech, and I'm going to say what needs to be said, but I'm going to still keep it in the ramifications where it needs to be kept, where it's legal-wise, right? But you have to pay attention to the things that are going on. Now, it's another bitch I want to talk about. Now, Bruce, I'm going to say Bruce, because, bitch, that's your name. That's what your friend or Donald Trump is ordering the people to call you and acknowledge you as. Now, I'm not going to say this to any other transgender because that's not who it's focused at. So for the rest of you, trans power, I stand with you. It's geared. When I'm talking to a certain bitch, I'm going to call you out. And I'm talking to Bruce Jenner, a.k.a. formerly known as Caitlyn Jenner. Because, bitch, you voted for him. You said he's everything you would stand for a president. That's what we needed and all this different stuff. So I'm telling you right now, Bruce, don't feel no ways when you get seen in the street with your square-shouldered ass, your hunchback, no neck having ass, you guillotine, dusted, dirty wig having ass, clawed foot shoe wearing bitch. When they see you and they call you Bruce in the public, bitch, just accept it and put up your hands and say, you accept that shit. Because your square face, square SpongeBob SquarePants face looking ass, you voted for him and you gave all the reasons you thought were right in your mind to go ahead and vote for him. So therefore, your buddy is calling you. He's calling for us now to call you Bruce. Because you still got your thing-a-ling between your wing. I'm sure, because we ain't heard about you getting chopped off. So you ain't went all the way. So Bruce, how does it feel now to know that your friend, your commandant, your colleague, your homie, your dog, he's asking everybody to call you by your male name. So basically he's calling for disrespect to everything that you stood united with trans women to fight for, to request, to ask for in that momentous hour and date and time when that actually came to fruition. How does it feel to know that not only are you as a white man assisting and aiding and abetting the group, right? The group and the people that are suppressing not only black people for so many years, black, colored, brown, whatever you want to call, you know what I'm saying, for so many years. And now to feel the heat and the disdain and the dislike and the disrespect of the fact that you was in this man's corner. You was his friend. Y'all was cool. Y'all played tennis. You as a female on the court, him probably as a male, probably only one around because Donna can't go that far, and your old ass ain't gonna get that far either. But at the end of the day, how does it feel? In D'Angelo's words, how does it feel to know that you've been played, bitch, like a fiddle? You've been played like Monopoly. You've been played like hungry hippos because you've been swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed up by the Donald Trump administration? Yes, you have, and that's what you're experiencing now. How does it feel to know that you've been bamboozled, swindled, bitch? How does it feel to know that you were in this corner to see? The problem was, bitch, you was operating off too many people. You was operating as white Bruce, the white man that got you to where you were before you decided to be. You were so successful as a white man, bitch. You decided to become a white woman, bitch. And further your success. I don't blame it. That's some iconic shit. That's some iconic shit, Bruce, aka Caitlin. But how does it feel to know that, to start that chapter, that you had so much support in the people that you had so much disdain for and so much non-confidence in, but now you put all your eggs in the basket of the Trump bunch and to turn around and realize, like black folk, just like some of the black ones that got in there, back in that man, and to turn around and really feel the pain and the remorse, which you should feel, honestly, remorse, and the backlash of knowing that he still will call you the N-word. And that's pretty much now in your mind what he thought of you as all along. And why he may have called you Caitlyn Jenner and probably, treated you as a, those dusty ass, rusty, crusty ass, Evelino, mummified ass queen you are, Bruce Caitlyn. How does it feel to be double crossed? You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to be double crossed and feel the pain that you feel? Because you should feel pain. You should feel stupid as fuck. But let that be a lesson You know, to those who decide to, when they say you dig one grave, you dig two. When you dig a grave for another race, another person, another creed, another gender, another or your friend, your family member, you always have to take into consideration, bitch, while you over there digging for somebody else, you done pissed off 13 other motherfuckers, so you don't know who digging a ditch for you. So you times that backwards, right? And realize it. So while you help digging the ditch for black people, African Americans, black and brown, you know, the poor, just understand that, yeah, sometimes the shit can come back to bite you in your old lumpy, clumpy, saggy transgender ass. And that's dedicated to Bruce Caitlin. Nobody else, no other transgenders. So don't y'all get in this motherfucking chat to me. He talking about the transgenders. I would never. That was directed to just whose name I called. I made it very clear. And if you don't understand that, then maybe you need some remedial reading classes, or maybe you need some hearing aids. All right. So, but anyway, and I'm 41 minutes in. Let's get behind Al Green. He's called for this before, and we've overlooked it. Not all of us, but those of us who were trying to be oppressors overlooked it because it didn't seem right, and you all thought that he was going to do right by you. This time, you all know now out the gate, it ain't been 30 days. I think it's been, 16 days, 17 days, and I didn't realize this shit. We want to cash in on our warrants, and we want to return to sender. We don't want it no more. Send Trump, J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk as Amazon. We want a refund. Temu, we want a refund because clearly these motherfuckers came with Temu. But this has been attempted before by Al Green, and I don't think we gave him enough support. So shout out to I don't know, Senator, or I don't know what it's, I don't know. Shout out to Al Green. Support for Al Green. Send out a petition or something. And I ain't talking about Al Green of lay your head. Not that Al Green, not him. This is the one I'm talking about right here. The house, the representative, the congressman, whatever he fucking, I don't know what the fuck he do, but he do something. And the fact that he's doing this is enough for me, for him to be somebody, and for us to have missed out on this the first time. Yeah, I need to get on the bandwagon. If you don't jump on that bandwagon, then I mean, just look for more negative, derogatory shit that keep happening. Groceries gonna go up. They said per the tariffs, cooking oil, shoes. Y'all be around this bitch wearing shoes. They made y'all gonna be sewing y'all own shoes and trying to make the soles to them. Y'all know y'all ain't good at that shit. Y'all know how to do that. You don't know how to make no cooking oil, makeup. Shit, what y'all gonna do? Half of y'all bitches gonna be walking around looking like Fright Night. You better listen. There's a lot of things that can be taken away from you because of these tariffs. You know, things that you really need: food, supplies, makeup. That weave, y'all keep going down that buying, bitch. All right, keep on playing. You think it's a game? It don't affect me. It don't affect me in no kind of way. You won't be getting no more Brazilian. What you gonna be getting is Matillion, bitch. You gonna be getting that hair from down the street, that Matilda shave and recycle. They took down their conditioner and shampoo, and they done straightened it out as best they could and put it in that pack. But just understand, when you get it up in there, it's gonna be canker hair, bitch, because it's gonna be straight when you put it in. But you fuck around getting some humidity if you want to. See what happens. It's gonna drop like a ding-a-ling after it's finished. Anyway, I'm done. I'm almost 45 minutes in. It's again your first video. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button so that when I put these videos out or upload lives, I do lives or upload videos. The liquor, okay. You can be one of the first ones to jump in the comments section and let me know what you thought about the video, my opinion, and the topic. Also, make sure you share these videos with your friends, families, cousins, your next door neighbors, your enemies. Send them to Trump. I don't give a shit. If you're a friend of his, send it to him. I don't know what just happened. Hit the thumbs up button. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the channel, becoming part of the family. Thank you for everything that you do. Love you guys so much. Make sure to love on yourselves first and foremost, and others secondary, because we got to love on ourselves first. And make sure we ain't taking no land yet. Make sure they love on us the same way we're giving it to them. If they can't give all that, they can fuck off. All right. Love you guys so much. Until the next video.